Is it better to get a cheap £450, £500 electric bike, or a bike that is a lot more expensive? I think brand new these are £1,000, and you can get them for £1,200 if you want the certificate, the DVSA certificate to go with it. That's the question, yeah. What I'm finding, and now that I've had a chance to try the DYU out, what I'm finding is that with the DYU, its little wheels mean that it's not really very good for a long distance. So for instance, it's really light. Well, it's actually 22 kg, believe it or not, and this one is 19 kg, so it's actually heavier than the Pedibal, but it's short and small, and it's easy to put it in places, and it's easier to put it on the train and things like that. My thoughts are, in riding both, that with the DYU A5, when you kick in the pedal assist, as soon as you take your pedals off, it comes almost down to a stop. It doesn't roll and glide. With the Pedibal, it rolls and glides. So as soon as the assist is no longer working for you, you can still glide along. So this bike, the Pedibal, ends up being a faster bike. Even though they still do 15 miles per hour each, the Pedibal will get you there quicker because it glides. The motor doesn't stop the bike from moving. The DYU 85 is not very good when there's no motor. As soon as the motor finishes, the battery runs out, you can't ride it. It's almost impossible to ride. With the Pedibal, you can just go through the gears. If you go to the lowest gear, like 1, 2, it's very, very light, so you can just ride it home. Especially if you're a fit person or you're just a normal person with no joint pains, yeah? That's just going to be a breeze for you. What I found is with the DYU, when the wind is blowing, if I'm using just throttle, it struggles a little bit, and it also struggles uphill. So what I do is I add the pedal in with the throttle, and then that helps push the bike forward. The good thing about it is that you can use the throttle and the pedal. So switching between throttle and pedal is just real good fun. It's a really good fun bike to ride, but it's just not long distance, and you're not going to get up any steep hills. Whereas with the Pedibal, it glides up the hill. It's amazing. The Pedibal, I mean, obviously I'm not on throttle, so I haven't tried that yet. I'm just talking about pedal assist with the Pedibal. I am going to get a throttle, and I will have a feeling of what that's like uphill, etc., and I'll be able to test it. But for now, I'm just talking about pedal assist. The Pedibal is a lot easier to get uphill. With the DYU A5, for my one, there's a little noise coming out of the controller area, and I've emailed them, and the response is very slow. There's no one to talk to, no one to ring up. Eventually when they sent me an email back, they said, well, email the sound of the noise that's coming out and we'll let you know what it is. But my thoughts are they're probably just going to say change your controller, instead of actually looking at it and saying, oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that. They're just going to this is my opinion, they're just going to benefit themselves, tell me to go and get another controller, and then I won't really know what is really wrong with it. That's my thoughts. So I'm going to still go through with it, email them and see what they come back with, but I'm thinking that. So the customer service, the aftercare is practically zero. With the Pedibal, I've already spoken to the guy that owns the company. You can phone them, you can have a good chat about it. They have a shop in Hounslow. Anything goes wrong with it, you can just take it back there and you're going to get help. And from my conversations with the guy, he's really friendly and helpful. So customer service wise, you're definitely going to have customer service with the Pedibal and zero with the DYU A5. So it really depends on what you need. The thing about the DYU, the parts, you can change all the parts, but you are completely on your own when you do it. The other thing is that if I say, for instance, I had to change the controller on this DYU, I won't know whether it's going to affect the fob to turn the bike on. So it's a little bit of a gamble, Whereas with the Pedibal, there's no fob. So changing parts on the Pedibal, I don't think it's going to affect the actual bike being turned on and things like that. So that's another thing. That's another thing that I would probably tell you to steer clear of, bikes with fobs. They might sound good and all that, but if something goes wrong, the bike won't even turn on. Which one do I enjoy riding the most? To be fair, I enjoy riding both, because they both have their purpose. Sometimes the Pedibal is a little bit too bulky for me to take somewhere, so the DYU is a lot easier. Like if I just want to quickly fly down the shop, I don't really want to bring out the bigger bike. I can just get on my little one, and it's quite easy for me to walk that through the house, come out the front door and stuff like that. So it's just easier to manoeuvre, easier to to deal with in many ways. But with the Pedibal, like I said, it just glides along. So it's really, put it this way, if you're a woman, you probably wouldn't want a Pedibal if you're going upstairs every day to your flat, because although it's 19 kg, it's going to be a trick to get up there unless you've got a lift. The DYU is 22 kg, believe it or not, but because it's shorter, it's going to be easier to get into a lift. And I would have thought it would be easier to don't fold it because it would be too heavy. But if you're running it up the stairs with the wheels, probably would be easier. I haven't tried that, so I'm thinking it probably would be though, because when I'm outside and I'm moving it around, it feels easier to get up the curb and stuff like that than the Pedibal. So they both have their uses. The question is, what is more important? Because you've got to remember that the Pedibal is like 3 times the price, with the certificate I'm talking, than the DYU, or twice the price without the certificate than the DYU. If I had money in my pocket and I had to decide, I'd get both. I'd get one little dinky one like the DYU, and I'd get a longer distance one like the Pedibal. To be fair, that's honestly what I would do, which is the reason why I ended up with 2 of them, and both second hand, so they were affordable for me, and I'm happy with both. Any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try and answer you. If you want any questions about the test or the procedure and things like that, just leave it in the comments and I will see if I can answer them. Good luck on your test, guys, if you're taking any of your twist and go throttle bikes to get them legal on the road. Good luck.